This is Slasher here at Redbull Battlegrounds, New York City. I am here with the Liquid Snute at the end of day 2. The finals are going on right now between Parting and SOS. We're going to talk about Snute, about his day here. Unfortunately, you went out pretty early. What went wrong this weekend?
I just think I didn't play up to my full potential. I did the best I could. But my performance was not as strong as my opponent's.
What were your expectations coming into this event?
I expected that I could advance out of the group, but I also recognized the skill of my opponent. So I knew it would be a challenge, but I also was confident that I had the possibility to make it out either in first or second place. Any scenario was possible.
Now, you were talking about more overall how you feel like your play wasn't up to par this weekend. But going to the game specifically, do you think that you had chances to win them, or just generally do you think you didn't play as well as you needed to take any of the series?
I feel like strategically and the way the games played out, just build order-wise and all the coin flip things and all of that stuff, I feel like if I had improved my control, that could have, made the games more in my favor. But my control was very lackluster in the series against Jan, and also in in the games versus MC. In the first one, I made some really bad control mistakes, which made my strategy look not as good as it could have looked. And in the second game as well, I also made some very big blunders.
We have Protoss in the finals, 2 Protoss in the finals. We had Protoss win BlizzCon, we had Protoss win WCS Season 3 finals, and Season 3 creative finals. Talking to a number of players, there have been some gripes of Protoss being too powerful. Right now, it kind of reminds me of Zerg at the end of last year. Do you think that that's a bit overstated, or are there some issues right now with Protoss that you think need to be addressed?
I think it's very overstated. I think, well, I don't have any particular opinion on PVT, since I'm not qualified to speak about that matchup. But in terms of PVC, I think it's very 50-50, it's very balanced. I just feel like many Zergs don't yet know the potential of late-game Zerg compositions and how that can play out, especially on smaller maps. So, that's one of the things I wanted to show at this event, but, in my first game against MC on Yansu, I wasn't able to show the potential of the style with, that's more late-game focused. But right now I think that the better player will always win. Scarlet was able to defeat MC in the third place decided match, and I think while Protoss might do very well in tournaments, I think in terms of balance, at least in PvC, the races are equally good and the best player will always win.
Blizzard announced some new details about the patches they're going to be releasing soon and the ones that they've already made. What do you think about those changes, and what is your current thinking of the overall state of Starcraft 2 right now? How good is it, scale of 1 to 10, if you could kind of pick?
I think the balance is a lot better than it's ever been. Compared to Wings of Liberty, for example. I think the Oracle speed change was maybe a bit over the top, but things can always be reverted. Aside from that, yeah, I think the balance changes have been really good, and so far I don't really see any issues. I still feel like perhaps the Broodlord could be changed to make it more interesting. But for now, I think the game is really well balanced.
So you generally don't have any concerns right now?
No, in general, I'm really happy about the game.
So you've been playing WCS North America for all of 2013. Of course, they just made their announcement for changes for 2014. I wanted to get your take on what do you think about the changes? Do you like them? Do you dislike them? Do you think they were enough? Do you think they were not enough? What is your overall impressions of everything that they're doing next year?
I didn't educate myself on the changes all too much, but from what I heard, the Challenger stage will be just a single best of 5 against an opponent, and that will advance you into Premier. I think that's not the best way to do things. I wish that could be a group stage, like it used to be. But I'm happy about the changes to Premier, where the top 16 can advance to Premier next season. But yeah, I think the challenger format is a little bit harsh, and there can be some very unlucky draws where players of very high skill can meet each other, and other matches can be very easy, for example, or very low level in comparison. I think a group stage helps the better players advance, and yeah, I wish it would be a group stage, but in the end, I think the players that should be in Premier will advance to Premier. So yeah, I think it's going to be good. Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts or concern over there maybe still being a strong possibility that there would be 16 or Koreans or 15 plus you or 14 plus you in Scarlet in the next 3 seasons of WCS next year, even with the changes that they've made?
I think I'm switching to Europe for next season. I'm not sure how that will. Be with the Challenger League. Maybe I'm going into Challenger bracket stage Europe. I'm not sure, but personally, I'm not concerned about the Koreans. I just think about who is the better player, and Korean or non-Korean doesn't really matter. Whoever wins, deserves to win. That's it for me, at least.
Are these changes why you go into WCS Europe, or is it something personal that you felt just throughout the year that you'd rather go back to your home region?
Just more about my life situation, probably. I don't have any plans for a permanent stay in Korea, and so for now I think I will be in Europe for a while and maybe go on shorter travels to Korea to practice. So for this year I chose Europe as my region.
You're in the CJ Entus house for a good amount of time. Oh, now that you've been there for a decent while, you got to train with the Kespa team, see how they kind of do things. What were your general impressions of being over there? Do you think it helped enough as you wanted to? Did you see yourself going back and doing something like that, or was it not as the same culture-wise? You don't think you'll probably end up doing that again?
I think the Korean culture and the way they treat me there is just really amazing, and the facilities there were very professional, and you can tell once you go there and actually experience it for yourself. I was staying there for 1 month, and it's very understandable how the Koreans can get so good when they have infrastructure that's like this, when they have pro gaming houses that are like this. Let me think. Yeah, in terms of actual effect of the practice, to me I feel like it helped, even though I wasn't able to show it at this tournament. But it's also the case that just by going to Korea doesn't make, might sound a little bit harsh, but if you take an average player, if I call myself an average player here, and if you take an average player to Korea, you can say, yeah, he might become 10% better over a decent amount of time, for example, but compared to a lot of other players, he will still be very far behind. And I think myself, I've been able to observe a few improvements, but I still think I have a long way to go in order to actually catch up to the very top of the top, both in terms of foreigners and Koreans. So yeah, I'm just being humble and grateful for the opportunities that I get from Team Liquid and CJ Entus, and trying to make the best out of it, practice and work hard, and yeah, become as good as possible.
With this event over, and you will not be attending any of the events next week, DreamHack, WCG, or IEM, what are your plans for the rest of the year? How will you be approaching 2014?
At first, I need to think about how I want to spend next year. Yeah, I'll probably need a bit more information about WCS and the schedule. Yeah, I need to know a little bit more about that, so I can think about any eventual plans about going to Korea again, when the off seasons will be, things like this. Apart from that, it's probably just going to, I'm going to spend some time with my family. I've been traveling and not really spending time with friends or family for a very long time. So yeah. At first I will just spend some time with my family, take a short holiday, so to speak, but also practice a lot and perhaps stream some. So yeah, nothing planned yet, but...
Well, good luck, Snute, in 2014, and I hope to see you very soon at the next event.
Thank you.
Stay tuned to OnGamers.com for all your coverage of Redbull Battlegrounds New York City.